and welcome. On NDTV, there's a special series, They Mean Business. And today we have a very special guest, Mr. Deepak Parekh. Thanks very much for joining us. Everybody has been talking and listening to a whole lot of news around drought, worries of the economy. As Deepak Parekh, having seen the various aspects of it and also seen the monsoon catch-up, do you think we're in a good state of the economy?
I think we're in an improving state of economy. Things are not as bad as the press and you people make out. A simple statistic is just look at the advance tax the companies has paid. It's very topical because the date was yesterday. I would say 90% of the companies, corporate India, have paid much more, twice or thrice more corporate tax than they had paid correspondingly last September. So obviously their expectation of annual results, 6-monthly results is much better. There are many sectors which have not had such good quarters like cement and pharmaceutical, FMCG and many more.
But do we have the willingness to actually get all these elements to work together? I mean, at the end of the day, we have to wait for policy to help react to all of this.
I don't think so. I think we have placed orders to import even wheat and large quantities of sugar and other commodities because the expectation is that we will be 10% short, 10 to 15% short in domestic production. The prices of food grains are going up rapidly, and this is a cause of concern. The cause of concern really is the CPI and the WPI. How is it possible that the WPI is 0 or negative and the CPI is 8 to 10%? It is always said that the consumer price index is higher because it has a very heavy element of food grains in it, and food prices have been going up.
This growth that you're talking about, do you feel that we are actually being way too optimistic in this sense of rebound because what has been a so-called announced recession in September 2008, we seem to be cheering it a bit too soon?
Yes, I think I always say even in the real estate sector where I'm involved in, the pain felt by the developers was too little and too short. Like the corporate sector, the pain again has been too little and too short. Too short, may not be too little, but too short. The turnaround for the corporate sector has been really very encouraging. The issue really, excuse me, is in the agriculture sector, which we talked about. Now, if you see the food grain production coming down, agriculture now constitutes less than 20%, less than a fifth of our GDP. But it still takes care of 60% of our population, directly and indirectly. So a large section of Indians depend on agriculture, either directly or indirectly, for their livelihood. We need to give farmers more money in their hands. We need to increase productivity of the farmers. If your food grain production is static over the years or grows up by 2%, 1%, 3%, not adequate.
I do want to go back to the point on corporates, but I just want to get one word in on this whole give more money in the hands of the farmers. How do you do it? I mean, the last time we tried doing it was through a loan waiver scheme, and that
not a loan waiver, by giving them adequate prices for their produce and by encouraging them to increase their productivity. By giving them facilities, whether it is fertilizer, seeds, water, irrigation, a combination of all that. I think we need to, our productivity of Indian farmers, they say, is much lower than anywhere in the world.
Sure. The piece on corporates, as you said, and you said our real estate sector and corporate India have not had enough pain during these 12 months. That means we could still be, to an extent, a bit reckless, like we were when things were bad and we let things out of hand.
Well, the pain was there for one quarter, which was severe. Last September, October to December, really. Life came to a standstill.
Tuba.com